Good morning, everybody, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. And today I'm very excited to be here with Vicky Collier, who is the creator of Lavana Wild Skincare and Beauty, or body care as well, actually. And we're very excited to be making a natural herbal exfoliator for your skin. But what I wanted to do is first introduce you to Vicky, whose passion is to use natural herbs and plants to create herbal medicine for the skin, which is a beautiful idea to think of. Even those words make me feel happy just even thinking about that. And today, as I said, you're going to teach us how that we can source herbs locally and simply from from very easily around our own city to use in our own kitchen and create a gentle herbal exfoliating cleanser. So we're at the moment on the detox, we're using body brushes to exfoliate our skin every day so that we can stimulate the lymphatic system and also to remove the dead skin cells that happen for us, and so extending that to the face is a really great thing for us, and I think that we're going to have a bit of fun today. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Vicky. Tell us.
Hi, Detox Warriors. Very happy to be here today. Yeah, we're just going to do something really simple, but so just a little bit about me. I have a lavender plantation in Penedès. We have about 1,000 plants. They're in their 4th year now.
So people who are from around the world, because this is a global community. So we've got people from Tel Aviv, from Moscow, from China, from South Africa. So we've got people from everywhere. So just explain where your lavender plantation is.
It's about an hour and a half south of Barcelona. It's near Vilafranca, which is a big wine growing centre, and it's just inland from there in the foothills. It has a beautiful view of Montserrat, which is a very famous rock formation. Yeah, we've got a lot of lavender. So from that project, I wanted to work with the lavender and create things. I started creating maturing oils, working with the lavender in different ways, creating little exfoliant scrubs with the flower, grinding the flower down, and from that my skin food brand, I think we call it skin food, really has grown and is growing. But I think today is more about what you can do, about empowering yourself to use local herbs to basically help yourself and look after your skin. I think often we look to exotic things a lot and we think that they're going to be the answer, the best thing for our skin, but in fact, very often the things we need are right under our nose. Mediterranean herbs are powerful, cleansing, toning, antibacterial, antiviral, and I think we have to remember as well that the herbs that often we need in our bodies or to use on our skin are the ones that grow around us. So we're going to be looking at the herbs that you all know today, which is thyme, which you can either get in your local market. I mean, I've just bought this big bunch the other day, or you can just get it in one of these, and you've got the dried thyme. You've probably got it in your kitchen cabinet. Thyme is, the emotions are for releasing and forgiving, but it's also incredibly cleansing and toning. Sage, which you all know, it's looking a little bit sad this now, but if you source these herbs for use in the natural exfoliant, which we're going to make today, I would recommend that you hang them up in the dark for 2 days, just upside down like that, just so they dry off a little bit. Otherwise, if you've got one of these in your kitchen, then this is very dry already, so you can just use it as it is. And oregano, again, amazing cleansing, purifying herb. Most of you have got oregano in your kitchen, I imagine, in one of these. Rosemary for remembrance, beautiful, stimulates the circulation in your face, cleansing, all of these beautiful smells, all of them antibacterial. And I think
I can smell it from here. I can smell
Oh,
it.
and then of course the lavender, which I've got in a bunch here, dried lavender. So to make this mild exfoliant, we're going to use the leaves of these herbs, dried, and what I would suggest is that you grind them down. If you've got a coffee grinder, that's ideal. A NutriBullet works okay, possibly a mini Pima. So you put a bit of the dried herb, or you've taken the dried herb from the bunch into probably a plastic container and you whiz it down, or you put it into your coffee grinder. And then
could you use a mortar and pestle?
You could do, if you haven't got any of those, you might, but you don't want it to be too abrasive.
Okay.
We want to prepare our skin.
You need it to be really fine.
As fine as possible, really. And if you can't, I guess you just use a softer massage than you would perhaps if it were finer. I think, we've all been inside for days on end. We want to clear our skin. We want to remove the dead cells, and we also want to prepare it because we've had a shift of season now. So we're on the edge of summer. So I think it's a really good idea to do this maybe once a week, before we all hit the beach.
Yeah, and for the guys,
so this is rosemary.
Sorry to interrupt you, but for the people in the southern hemisphere who are going into winter, you think would it change the herbs that they would use, or do you think that it's the same?
Not really. I think these are all gentle herbs and they're all cleansing, and any shift in season is a really good idea to be exfoliating your skin and allowing that cellular regeneration, as you move into kind of a new temperature, and it's an emotional shift too. So I think having these little rituals is really important, as you're crossing over seasons. So you grind your herb of choice down. Any one of these will have a great cleansing, stimulating, antibacterial action. Once you've ground it down, pop it in a little bowl. I just want to show you, this is my lavender flower ground down to a very fine powder.
Beautiful.
But I have a special machine for that. But this kind of texture is fine as well. If you can see, I don't know. And to this, I would add some raw honey. Raw honey, because it's not been treated, it keeps all the vitamins, and it's basically a much more potent food, internally and externally. So runny honey is probably the best. I sometimes use a harder honey. So you basically want to add to this little bowl a couple of spoonfuls of honey. And
can I just interrupt you for a moment? Sorry.
Yeah.
But the raw honey, just for people to understand, means that it hasn't been processed. It comes from either the beekeeper, or it's organically grown and you buy it from an organic grocery shop or
exactly.
Yeah,
so,
just so people understand that what raw honey is. So it's not mass produced and processed.
Yeah. Honey is naturally the most incredible sort of antibacterial product. It also helps your skin retain moisture. So even though you're exfoliating, it's going to leave your skin soft, which is the beauty of this product. It's just such a simple, wonderful thing that we've all got in our kitchens. So add a little bit of that to your dried herb. Mix that around, and then I would add an organic cold press oil of your choice, and it could be an olive oil that you have in the kitchen. I've got some olive oil from the same place as my lavender, and you could just add a glug of that. It could be any of your local organic shops will have these cold press organic oils. I'm a great fan of flaxseed oil, organic cold press again, or avocado oil. Avocado oil is full of vitamin E, lovely sort of deep moisturizer at the same time, as you're exfoliating as well. So avocado, flaxseed, almond oil if you have it, whatever you have to hand. I think the idea about this is that you're just using what you have. available. And I think we often forget that we have everything that we need, really. So then you've got a bit of honey, big glug of one of the oils of choice, and then it's time to give yourself permission to pause and have a little mini ritual. So this is best done probably in a hot shower or over a sink. You want warm water, and you want to take a scoop of the honey out, add a few drops of warm water, and just gently exfoliate your face. Depending on how sensitive your skin is and how confident you feel and whether you exfoliate anyway, I would just, the first time around, I would just do it very gently. You can even just press it into your skin, because that will have the same effect. And then you want to wash that off with warm water. And then you're going to add an oil to hydrate. But going back to this sort of honey mixture that you've got here, this very gentle exfoliant, if you want to make it thicker, or you want to make it into maybe more of a mask that you could leave on for a while, I often mix a little bit of green clay in with it, which is full of magnesium, so it's fantastic for skin. It's also very calming. So you could add, a couple of spoonfuls of green clay into that honey.
Where would we normally buy green clay, Vicky?
You can buy that from most organic pharmacies, or pharmacies that have, a bit of an organic sort of section.
So like a naturopathic pharmacy or something like that?
Even at least in Barcelona, even your local pharmacies will very, very likely to have green clay, because, people actually drink it as well as part of their detox. I think, everyone should have a bit of green clay in their house, because it's just a fabulous skin cleanse. And you can, this is all about playing. It's about playing with materials that we have around us. I've been buying this natural aloe vera gel. It's an organic 99% aloe vera gel, and I've been putting that as well in this sort of cleansing, exfoliating mix. And again, that gives you a nice sort of lifting effect at the same time. If you have an aloe vera plant, which I've got here, and I cut back regularly, as long as it's 3 years old at least, and you want to cut it back, you can use the gel from the aloe vera plant, and using a mini Pima, mix it in with the exfoliant as well. And that's a gorgeous skin, sort of mini skin ritual.
That sounds,
once you've done,
that sounds wonderful. I mean, it's interesting just to think about playing, about mixing these recipes and actually coming up with different formulas that actually suit your skin.
Exactly.
A question is, do you think that one of the particular oils is better for dry skin and the other one's better for oily skin? Or
flaxseed and avocado oil it's a deep hydration. There's a lot of omegas in the flaxseed and a lot of vitamin E in the avocado. If you've got drier skin, I would go for those. Actually, olive oil too is fantastic. Almond oil would be lighter.
Okay.
You could use sesame oil as well. Sesame oil is fabulous, very Ayurvedic. It's used in Ayurveda a lot, stimulating the circulation. It's a great cleanse as well. I think I would go for avocado if I had dry skin, and then maybe a lighter oil for if you tend to have greasy skin. But all of these are very gentle organic products, and they're going to help your skin balance. I think you don't need to worry too much about whether your skin's sort of very greasy or dry. With these products, it's a very gentle balancing. The properties are very balancing. So you can also
No, that's so amazing. Now, what were you going to say? I'm sorry, interrupt.
No, just that you can also, for example, if you want a bit of a vitamin C boost, you could also dry the skin of some organic oranges or lemons. You slow dry them in an oven, and then you could also grind those into a powder. The possibilities are endless, really. play is one of the highest forms of research. I think that was Einstein, and it's so true. And I think it can be very empowering if you start to look around you and understand that the things that you're used to cooking with can be the same things that can actually help you work. You can work with on your skin. Another thing I like to put in to the exfoliating mix or mask, depending on how it is, charcoal, activated charcoal, which again you can get from pharmacies quite easily. I've got a big load here, but that's a really good way of getting rid of impurities as well. It draws out the impurities in your face.
Sounds great.
So then when you're going to put the oil on after you've done the exfoliation, I would rub the drops of oil in your hand and give them a good kind of rub to get the oil really warm. And then you just want to, pat it onto your face and sort of use one of probably Mandy's techniques to, one of your face sculpting techniques, just to push it in. And that should give you a lovely, plump, rosy complexion and prepare your skin. I wouldn't do it too often. I'd probably stick to once a week at the moment, and just see how you can play around with the different herbs and see which one works best with your skin. I mean, I would also, if we want to sort of extend the ritual, we could do a facial steam using the same herbs. So, for example, the dried herbs you put in a big ceramic bowl, and you pour boiling water over them. You put a towel over your head, and you'd steam those herbs. You'd inhale them for as long as you possibly can, and that's going to open up your pores and clear your respiratory system. It's really nice thing to do. Makes the house smell fantastic.
Yes, but the water's not boiling; it's off boiling, isn't it? It's just
so you put the boiling water on the herbs, maybe leave it for a little bit, 5 minutes, and then put a towel over your head and
like we used to do as when we were young, actually. If we had respiratory problems or were blocked up.
Exactly. Well, time, for example, right now, as we're all worried a little bit about keeping our respiratory systems clear, a time steam works wonders, on a sort of every other day. It really helps, and it's antiviral, antibacterial.
Great.
Also fantastic for the face. So I would recommend that you exfoliate and then you give your face steam, open up the pores, and then
put the
oil on afterwards.
Amazing. Well, for anyone who's looking for a beautiful oil, I would recommend Lavana Wild Beauty because it's
we've got a lovely night oil. We have a lovely night oil. Yeah.
Vicky's lavender oil, Natalia slathers on. It's one of her essentials, and she loves it, and so do all the people who buy it from us at the studio, because it's such an amazing. It's special. It's really special. It's something.
I'm very passionate about it, and everything is matured for 30 days at least in the sun and under the moon. So I've all around the place at the moment, I've got these things of oil maturing, and I've had a lot of time to experiment recently in the last month or two. So I'm going to be coming up with some new mixes.
Well, your house must smell good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, luckily I've still got bags of plants everywhere, so I've been able to.
It's really lovely. Well, and next week you're going to come back and you're going to actually tell us how to make a toner. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which will lead well on from what we've just all talked about. And if any of you have any questions, just whack them up on Facebook, and I can answer them. I can send you a little bit of an information sheet with what we've talked about today. Anyway, happy to help, and really
that's amazing.
Excited to be part of this.
That's amazing, Vicky. Well, you're on our group, so why don't you send me your details, and then I can actually put them up for people. But if people are interested, then if they just on our Facebook group, maybe you should go on now and just introduce yourself, because you're actually Vicky Blanchard on the group.
Yeah, I know, because I'm trying.
I went to look you up, and then I was just like, this is going to totally confuse everybody. So I'll just wait until I speak to you, and then we can
okay.
it up.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And then
if anyone wants to contact, then they can actually start chatting with you as well, which would be a good way to do it.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mandy.
Really, really beautiful. And we look forward to speaking to you again next week.
Great.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody.
Ciao, Bella. Bye.
All right. Bye.